Welcome back, Pioneers. This is Nico Gaming, back for episode 9 on Slug Inc. series. Last time we got most of the iron factory done here. We still need to do modular frames and smart plating. I added these containers there. Gonna start stacking up those since I haven't been quick on anything. I did a bunch of walls and stuff kind of down under this area. Just a couple right here, I don't know. I want to kind of eventually box these in a little bit, but we'll see. But manually feeding cable into the sink containers. And that's probably about all I did. Oh, I moved a ramp out of the way and put this catwalk stairway in. Mr. Bean's just kind of stuck hanging out right there, I like it. It's a nice entrance to the factory. Yeah, he agrees. So we're gonna do these real quick, modular frames. Now, the reason I was gonna do 4 of these running at half is because the screws, we only had 120 belt, but we do have the 270 now. So 140 a minute would not be an issue, so we could just do 2 of these, and if power was a concern, I am saving power if I underclock them, about 6 total megawatts. But I don't need it. We got decent extra power right now. So I think what we're gonna do is just swap this. We're gonna get rid of that. So it's just going to be 2 at 100%. It should need the same exact amount. This will change because this is going to be, it'll be 15 if they're assemblers running at full capacity, and times 2 will be 30. This doesn't matter a ton right now, but it's nice to get in the habit of marking your power down for each little segmented area. We don't have switches unlocked, but eventually you could have the power switch set up for each section and kind of flip things on and off as needed. I wonder if we want to move these. It's kind of in the way. We can just do it over here a little more. So I think what we'll do is same kind of setup we've done on the other assembler. Assemblers on reinforced plate, and then the rotors here. So we've got some walls. We can kind of hide the belts and stuff under there. I would probably do it there, but we may just go over. That's fine, I can just curve these around and in. Have this decent size area here. Of course, this thing's right in the way. Let's see, how big is the assembler? I think I like to have 4 squares this way to kind of just give some extra room. So that's good, and then we do only need 2 here, so maybe that might be enough space. And still need some foundation. Okay. I'm going to delete these, we'll put them up top. Probably delete out at least that wall, maybe some others. And then instead of just foundation right there, I think it's good to do like a 1 meter. Wall on top. It wants to go vertical. There we go. That way if you do like a 1 meter foundation, it'll be, if you do it up at the top, it'll just use that 1 meter portion, and then you should have the full wall size below that. You can change the materials. I don't even have any of them unlocked. Never mind. Later on, we'll probably want to get more cosmetic-y stuff going. I like to do concrete a lot. Either way, let's do Our assemblers. We got our feeds coming in over here, so probably do it like this. Something like that. Have a little space up here. I'll do a beam right there. This will be for our power. Let's see, we want it to come about that far over. We'll take that down. And then we'll do a... I'll probably change our our colors here eventually. If you hit X, you get the customizer menu. So you could set up your own swatches. These are nice for stuff you want to save and then come back to paint the same thing later. This you can just do a custom one, but this isn't going to be easily saved one unless you remember it. I mean, you can remember these if you want to. If we edit this factory swatch on these three, it'll change all of our. It'll update all of these, the poles, every machine that's orange and everything. So maybe something we'll do later. We still got a lot to do, so it's not really important by any means. And I mean, it'd be easy. I just don't know what colors I want to do yet. I was kind of thinking we'll do sort of a general like black color or something, and then maybe do some highlight like signs with the different slug colors: the blue, the yellow, the purple. Kind of accents. We'll see. So we're just getting these machines ready. I'll probably change the power coming into this building later because it's just clipping through the wall right there. But we can do a little wall things later. But I'll probably want to wait and do switches and all that at the same time. So okay, we're gonna hop up here. We're gonna use our conveyor lift holes. Yep. Plop them in front of all these. Nice and tied up against the machine, but not clipping in. You're going to be making the alternate. So this one, the bolted frame. This is good because we have cast screws, so we're really barely needing to make any rods. We have a ton of cast screws, and this works well. Kinda complements that, so. The screws, since we're going to need to be 140, so this 120 is not enough. That's why we thought about that earlier. We did unlock these. Everything else here is going to be pretty low. We could just use MK1s. I put this down like that. You want to press R to kind of make sure the arrows are working the right way. Now we just need to remember our screw, our MK3 are going to be on the far side over here. To be honest, I don't remember if I had the arrows on these. Okay, they were matched up. Do some MK1s on these. Did I set both of these? Did set that. Let's just copy paste it. Let's head underneath. So let's do these before we forget. We need our MK3 on these further ones. And we'll just do either this side or that side. We have screws coming in over here, so I'll do the screws on this side here, on the left. Same for that one. The arrow's feeding in. MK1's for the other. Other two. Grab a splitter. If it'll let me. hotkeys aren't working for some reason. Keyboard. What the heck is this? Huh. I don't know what we did. Anyway. We'll just grab them out of here. So we're gonna need coming in this way, going out there. This will be MK1. Let's try to do it this way. That works. This doesn't need to be pretty. And we'll bring in these reinforced plates. Going in. I want to check when you add a splitter after the conveyor. Sometimes it can be kind of messed up, or require a short little belt in there, which we don't want. So if we just redo it and it's latched in like that, it'll be fine. Copy our splitter, facing that way. Up here, same thing, that could be fine, but I'm going to redo it. We want the MK3. It'll work its way in there perfectly. Let's get an MK3 belt. Let's go ahead and delete this wall. And we essentially want that, but let's try to make it a little neater. Let's go have it go here. Bring in the screws. Nice and quick on those belts. And then plates are getting fed in. Screws are getting fed in. No. Let's check. We have some sort of problem. Logging us up. Okay, it's not lined up. That might help. So the splitter needs to move, actually. Let's delete a portion of that. Okay, let's get the splitter. Should kind of hug onto there. Okay, delete that. Just redo it real quick, make sure it's nice. Nice and hooked in. That should be good. Let's see if the lift right there, yeah, we got screws going up. And then we do need to connect our lift for the other assembly. That works. We can probably close that back up. We also don't have doors yet, but that's a nice thing we could get to add here later on if we wanted. Okay, sounds like the machines are working. We do need to, this one's gonna have to wait till this fills up with screws. We'll go and dump what we got in here. Speed up some getting down here eventually. We need to figure out what we're doing with the output though. So these aren't going to be much. It's what, 14 total? No, 10 total? Even less. And until we're sure what we want to do with them, I think we'll just pop them in a storage bin here. So eventually we're going to want to get a heavy modular frame setup going. Now my number pad's moving. I don't know what's going on earlier. Got a merger out. That's probably good, but we'll just refresh it. We just need a Mark 1 belt here. Hopefully this one's feeding in. I think it should be good. Okay, and then that way we're not backing up the machines at least. Get these coming out. We should look here to see. Those are not backed up, so we're good. The other thing we'll need is this versatile frame and heavy modular frame. Both of those are going to incorporate steel to these, so we'll have to figure out if we either want to bring the steel over to this area or send these off to where we're going to build that out more. But this should be done for now. We're going to do the same thing for the smart plating. We did add another row foundation here, I'm not sure. I've been trying to avoid chopping the trees down because they don't grow back, and the smaller ones aren't a big deal, but these kind of nice big foresty ones are pretty cool to keep if you can. But I don't know, a couple of these might end up going. I did leave some here. I got some in the factory there, right by Mr. Bean. But if I do 2 assemblers, it'll be about the same size as that, so we may go out another couple things here and get rid of these couple of trees. So since I kind of showed you everything I did on this one, it should be pretty self-explanatory if you're new at this point, kind of how to set something like this up. The main thing you need to make sure is all your lifts, if you're doing something like this, little floor are working. Make sure your belts and lifts are the right speed for the parts you need to feed. That's about it. See if the doggo got anything. Oh! Oh! You want one of these? Will you eat it again? Or is that only a first time thing? I think it's trapped in the wall. Maybe he ate it already? I don't know. You want to get out? And then I think we'll probably just set that up and maybe have a container like right here. We could even belt the smart plates down and put them right in the space elevator. So anyway, we're probably going to want to do a lot of steel factory setup. So I'm going to try to cut this short now while I finish out this for the iron factory. And we'll see you in a moment. Alright, we're back. We got the smart plating done as well. So mod frames, smart plating, those are going in there, coming out this side, feeding into there. So looks like it's working fine. We're pretty much done with our iron factory at this stage. We may adjust it later. We may add some, might go back through and change some of the signs to give the totals. I don't know. Lighting, walls, decoration. There's other stuff we could do, but not super urgent. I think we will delete that off here for now. For goals, now we need a plan for the steel factory. I also want to get finish out tier 4 milestones so we can move on. Let's put this as like a separate step. Actually, we may have gotten a couple done. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I forgot we got hyper tubes. Oh, yeah, we did this for steel. We did this for the belts because we wanted faster. I think I just had materials, so I did that. This would be a nice one. Get the blueprint designer. These are pretty nice too. So, we're making all of these at the moment. I think we're making beams. Let's just work on getting these done while we go. Now for the steel factory, we are gonna go ahead and upgrade, kind of redid the stairs here instead of the ramp. I don't think it's permanent, but it's a little less clunky and in the way, so Still, nice to get a better arrangement for getting around set up, but this works for me. Let's see how these are doing. We're making 10 a minute, so we should have quite a few already. I'm gonna go check on our steel beam, and while we're over there, we'll think about what we want to do. I know right off the bat we want to upgrade the miners to MK2. Both the coal and the iron. So we should make some portable miners. We got stuff for them, we'll just make them over there. Just got merged in there. You know, we also have a hyper cannon, hyper tube unlocked. Can make a little hyper cannon. Might make it more fun to go over there. There's different ways of doing these. I don't know the optimal best way to do one. This is also something that's nicer to make in a, what do you call it, blueprint designer. Is that gonna work? That'd be too close. Let's go noodle. There we go. I don't like that. Let's see if we do one out of here. It's all crazy. Let's see. Let's go straight. I used to put big, like, steep one of these, but I don't think it really helps. That angle might not be good though. We can come back and do this better also. Let's do the noodle. That's what we want. Let's see if we delete this. That looks pretty good. Looks like it'll launch us. Actually, I want to keep that one. Delete it. I don't know how many we'll do. We'll just do a couple. We don't need to make this crazy. We can always do these better later too. Let's have it do one more. Let's put our entrances. If you've never made these before, they do kind of suck up a lot of power. Not crazy, but if you're running tight on power, which we're not having an issue with at all, because we doubled our production, but just something to consider, keep in mind. And like I said, this is a much better thing to put in a blueprint designer than you can plop one of these down whenever and hook it in. You're also going to want a parachute or a jetpack once you start just launching yourself if you're not using these as just regular tube transport. We're not going too high in the air or anything crazy, but if you didn't have a parachute, you'd probably be dying or getting hurt pretty bad. Okay, plan for our steel rework. We're also going to get that concrete, that limestone over there. Bring that in and make some encased industrial beam, which I think we actually got the alt recipe for the where we can use pipe instead. Let's see, this is a pure node. We're at 120. Let's knock out some miners. Just take a moment to hammer out, I guess. Actually, we don't need that many because there are some in the machine we use when we upgrade versus building a new one. So, do we have a pipe? So, This thing's full, we need to get that set up better. Actually, here's the old recipe. Do we have the alt? There it is. Regular uses beam. What is it? For 24 beams a minute, 30 concrete a minute, you get 6. That's a lot of beams. That's why this is nicer. 28, 24, a bit less, but it's... Is this hooked in? Let's use our shard there. Just make a few so we can get this miner. I guess we actually picked up enough there. I want to get one of these back to steel pipe. Even though we really need to just set this up fully, but for the time being, we'll do that. Little temporary setup. Sorry about that. Let's see. MK2 miner. MK2 miner. These were doing 60 before, I think. So we're at 120. 120 on both of them. They will need new belts for sure. Well, that can feed 120. This is going to be just clogged up right there. So we'll sort that out. So we are doing, these make 40, take 45 iron and coal. So let's figure out what our iron's making. We didn't upgrade it yet. Will that go to 240? Yep. That's going to need belt upgrade also. So if we have 240 on iron and coal equally, and the foundries take 45 of each. Let's see. In for our calculator, 240 divided by 45. So we can make 6 foundries and have one running at a third. I think we'll do that. We got plenty of power. Might as well build this out. So I'll probably take a bit of a break, so you don't have to watch me as I try to figure this out. Now we could try to line up more here. We're gonna hit this. We could probably sneak one more in there. We could run these down that way, or we'll see. So I need to think about it for a moment. We could also send, instead of the constructors for the beams and pipe down here, we could send that. We could build out the floor up by the iron, or we could even do like an in-between floor right here or something. I don't know. So I'm gonna do a little planning, and I'll cut back when I have some sort of plan in mind. We also got to keep in mind belt speeds. These got to be all split up everywhere. So I could build up walls like we have on the all the assemblers we just did up there, and then feed things under the floor, and just have lift holes coming into both of these. That'd be kind of cleaner. So might be something we do. I'm thinking we'll build this foundation out a little further. We'll see. Anyway, I'll be back soon. Okay, jumping back in. We haven't done a whole lot. Got signs up here. We kind of already went over the math. We're going to have 6 with one running at a third. I did come up top and upgrade all the iron lines here, since these are all MK3 now, since this is putting out 240. Make sure to upgrade that. We took away the one way down there, put it right here. And we got the iron kind of weaving around there. So we'll split this off into a couple lines. The coal, I kind of redid the line a little. That's a little wonky, but I don't care. I'll probably just keep this 120 line, send it in there, and then pull this one up, put it in there. Built out this space for the foundries. I had just got materials and figured out what I needed. Just kind of place some like pretty far apart. Figured this would be a good enough space where I could have room for all the everything needed underneath with all the belts and whatever. I'm just gonna do 2 rows of 3 each. I don't know if I like this setup. Yeah, and this pad just happened to be like 7 by 7. Also, when doing the math for the signs, these do use a good bit of power, so 16 megawatts each one if it's running at 100%. So just a good heads up if you're trying to add a bunch of these while you don't have plenty of power, it could be a problem for you. So. Anyway, I'm not sure how much of this will show. We'll see if it gets boring. We can skip ahead. I might just skip ahead. Now here I want to leave enough room underneath to have mergers for this line and then splitters for this next one, so I'm going to kind of leave a good bit of space. We just need merger on the back, so it's not as much. We might just do like there, kind of halfway on these. Oh, let's see, where does this line up? Pretty much right on the edge of that. Just do a little more. That seems good. Should line up easier. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff for it to line up to. About the one I like right. I don't know. I want this one straight. That looks pretty good. Okay. There we go. Good, and if not, it's good enough. Okay, and then we're gonna pop our conveyor floorboards. The reason it's nice to do this is just gives you more space for all the splitting and merging. And it also kind of keeps it cleaner up by your machines. They all just have the lift coming into them. It's just kind of a nicer arrangement, I think. Let's see, we could put this right here probably. I'd rather kind of have this on the edge. I'm wondering how I did all those. Up real tight. I mean, maybe we do that. I don't think it matters much, but let's keep it consistent. As long as the lifts are fine here, that went too far in. So that one doesn't want me to. Let's just keep these on the outside then. I think the lift can reach R as a receiving. Well, that pulls too far. Like right on the edge of the machine. Where this bar would be. Let's see if that's enough. That works. I'm sure you could have it tighter, but whatever. I don't want clipping issues. Just gonna run through, get these all set up. We also should figure out which one we want to be an underclocked one. Just had some auto saving or something jittery. Let's do this back right corner. We just want a third. Let's do. Should give us 10 each, 15 each. That sounds right. And then we need to think about, let's see. 240 out, we can put that all on one single MK3 line, so we're fine there. I'll just probably delete out some space here, make room for bringing all this in. All of these are 45 inputs, so we don't really need to mess with what do you call it? Anything bigger than MK1. Anything quicker than MK1. And then these lines down we'll have as the 270. Splitters. Come in here. You're doing these under the buildings. Just make sure you have stuff lined up correctly. Make sure you're actually feeding two different materials in every machine and it's not messed up. These could all be fine. I'm just going to redo them in case and save me some potential hassle. In case they're not. Put those in and then we'll do some incoming lines. They're going to be 45 each, so that's what? I think it's 125, right? So 135. So we do need to use MK3. Is that right? What am I thinking? Yeah. That's right. We're only using one of these lines. Let's see. Is it going to need 135 coal? Okay, so there's a problem. We are going to have to merge our coal together. Reason being our underclock machine will use only 15, but all the rest need 45. So if I run a single line for these three, 45 times 3, 135, and this each only carrying 120 is not going to be enough. So glad we thought of that. Just merge these right here. Probably send it left, I think. Go to MK2 lines in is fine. And then we want a MK3 line out. Let's go put a splitter right up here. And get an MK3. And then we'll bring that one over here. We need to split the iron up too. I don't know if it matters which one we go to. We'll do this for now. So we can change it. We may want to get these lined up here. We need belts here. Let's kind of finish some of this out. Okay. That's good. Let's get the exits. Cool. There's probably enough room to have it go this way. I don't know. Let's have it go the other way. We designed it to be able to go this way. These are 45 out. I'm going to press R because this is the output. Quite sure why it's flipping. I don't really care. I think it's fine. Let's get some mergers. With the output going out towards this wall here. Or maybe yeah, let's have it go out first. We can merge those together later. We could do that and do a little belt. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to redo that. start it up top. Plug here. Okay. This will be 45. We could just do a MK1 line there. This is going to be 90. Could get away with it 2. I'm just going to step up to 3 right here though. That way this 135 coming out. Good deal. Possible we want to move this. We're going to have to figure out the iron. Where we want to split that. It's getting kind of crammed right here. Let's see, I'm thinking maybe let's figure this out. These are facing the wrong way. We're going to delete them here anyway, that's fine. Let's get splitters. Get those on these. We can put these back. Input. Okay, now let's see. We could have this be the coal side and just bring that in there. And then the iron. We're just gonna belt into there. Be a little clippy with this one. Could do here if we want to make it look a little nicer is bring this up. Not necessary, but if you want it to look a little more slightly more realistic than just clipped. And honestly, I think we'll just go right there. Let's see how this looks. That's not straight. Let's see. Splitter. Trying to crouch, press something else. Press X. Okay, let's bring this in. I think we'll just put it in right there. It has to be this. Unless we adjust it. Which we can do. We'll have the input from over here. See how it looks. It's not lined up. Try that again. Come from that side. Just off the mark here. There we go. Let's do a fresh one there, and then grab our K3 line. Do we even want it? I think it looks fine. Just okay. The rest of it, we just want to get up here. What we could do is kind of tuck it in nicely if we want. Let's see. 240. These lines are higher, so it'll pull more to feed the extra that this side needs, even though this is splitting them. This will work. This manifold will fill these up still. Because this line will be able to bring in 135, and there's 240 coming in here. If these use it quicker, this belt will have more room for it to keep loading up. So I think it'll It'll be fine, I'm pretty sure. We'll check later. Okay. These are going to be the outputs. We'll do the input. Went a little too far. Do some more splitters. These we won't go in that way. Actually, is this one going the wrong way? Okay, that's fine. I thought it messed up. Bring that in there. Actually, we want. It doesn't matter, I don't think. But let's just do MK3s. Got enough steel beams to spare. As I say that, we're running out, but I got a bunch here. Yeah, so we got plenty to. Might as well make MK3, make sure nothing's accidentally slow where we could have had it correct. This side's looking good, this side's okay. Is it still off center? No. It's feeding up in there. Make sure our arrow's coming this way now. Let's redo this. If you're It's kind of dumb that I'm redoing all these, but I've just had enough issues where I'd rather spend one moment here fixing it, making sure it doesn't need a tiny little belt or something's messed up. Which doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's just obnoxious. Just obnoxious to deal with. Okay, we're gonna get some mergers here. Gonna go straight out that way. Make sure it's lined up. Same thing, gonna just quickly redo these. These are all MK1 output. We can just do MK1 there. We'll do 3 the rest of the way. We should figure out. We could turn and have these come out here, maybe. I don't know. That's the next step, is to figure out where we want our steel ingots flowing. Hopefully we set all these. I think we copy pasted them already. To all be steel ingot. Okay, our power's right here. Let's do it up near the front. I like to do this for power. Just kind of keeps things a little cleaner than a bunch of poles in the way. So this is pretty long. Need another little chunk here. Okay, and then we'll do beam connector. To the corner. You okay there, buddy? And then I'm going to grab 2 for power line, and then if I just put it on the pole, it'll naturally give me those. Knock them all in. I like to do like one on the end, use that as the connector to the next spot. So anyway, I think what we'll do is finish powering these on. Then I'm going to determine where we go with these. This will all just be getting turned into either beams or pipes. The beams take 60 to make 15. The pipes only take 30 to make 20. So we are going to use the encased industrial pipes alternate recipe. So we'll set up for that. Probably bring in the limestone node that's a ways over there. The other thing we're going to want to do is make stators. These require pipe and wire. I could bring in some of the wire I'm making over there. There also is a copper node like right here, which I might be lazy and just turn that into wire to use specifically just for the stators. And then from there, we need to get the beams and the modular frames connected somewhere to make that. And then this is going to be stators and cable, which I'll probably get the stators from here and take them to there for the cable. Maybe we set up a separate factory. We're going to have rotors, extra rotors up top, which I'll want to mix with the stator to make motors. So we'll need to figure out kind of some of the transportation stuff we want to do there. In the meantime, I'm going to finish wiring up these machines, put the lifts up here on top so they're all connected in, turn it on and test it, probably set a storage bin temporarily just to fill up with ingots and see, make sure it's actually running. Maybe we'll use an awesome sink instead, just to clear them out, make sure everything's running smooth. And I will also determine where we're going to put all of our beam pipe building. I don't know if we want to build out here more. Could go up to the side. I think there's enough room that we could build just up. We have to get above this beam pretty much, but there's still some space there for a floor maybe. I don't know. I also have a lot of platform I added up there, so we could take it there. Well, I'll cut out here. We're going to keep this in episode 9 until we kind of finish out the steel factory, so we'll be back in a moment and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm back here. I did plan out a little over there. I got some signs, but I'm back here. I had done this earlier. Sometime, I don't know if I showed that or not. And this is the final, the blueprints, is the final tier 4 I need. I just wanted to get it done. So, that's what we're doing. And it's busted. Can't see it. Anyway, I was trying to see, but I'm not going to be able to see until I get the space elevator stuff done. This is when you get into oil and other stuff, but I'm just trying to think of what I need steel parts wise and how much I should make of everything. But I'm glad I did come think of this because I had kind of forgotten about the space elevator part. We need the versatile frames in the top corner there. Let's go with the modular frames. And that is something we do need beams for. And other than that, I just need beams for, you know, like MK3 lines and stuff like that. Other little steel stuff I'll do here and there, but since I'm just making rotors, or stators, and then we have the alt encased industrial beam. All the kind of production stuff we need will just be those, so that's pretty nice. We're not going to need a... it's kind of low. We're not going to need to make any for... any apart from the space elevator part at the moment, so... need to check that recipe. This feels pretty pointless, it's so low. Go higher. Do we have ones already here? What's going on? Confused. Looks like there's something right here already. I don't know. Keeps locking in right there. Because of the water extractor. Let's try to get go ahead and make 3 of those. So we're gonna make that copper mine over there also to make stators, wired for stators. And forgot what I was doing. Made too many. I just toss some of these right here. So you can kind of stack up cool if you toss them out like that. Anyway, we're gonna do MK2 here. I don't know if we need that much. Gives us 120. Let's get that pulled out here. This is one of those wonky, the mine's like not quite centered. Let's see. We're gonna need to build up and around if we want to keep this off the dirt, which I'd like to. It'll look better. See how high we need to go. Get it over there. We could also bring the pipes over and just have a separate encased beam factory right here. I don't know. I'm not going to be making a ton right now, I don't think. So, I don't know. Not quite sure. We'll just take them. We'll take these over there. Need some iron plate. Probably do another pause break, but let me show you what I've been up to here. So I got to start on the foundation up there for a miner. It's pretty terrible. We might fix that. We got these up and running. Got it feeding into a sink right now. I did that particular machine there. I had some issue with whatever I belted up underneath. The coal was not feeding into it, so we went under there, redid the lift underneath it, and I think that fixed it right away. So it really seems to be working fine now. All the rest are working. Plopped out some signs. I just did the regular single amount of a recipe for all these, and I'm trying to figure out how many of each we want to do. And I'm glad I went over there because I forgot about the versatile frame. So we're going to add that as another one here. And then apart from that, the only other steel beam I need is just kind of oops. Just trying to get this steel beam logo without having to grab it. So that's these. 30, 2.55. So let's see. 30. Mod frame 2.5, and then that gives us how many? 5. So we could make more than one machine of this if we want. I don't know. The space elevator parts you kind of make a bunch of. I forget which one. Some of them you need to make more than others. I could go look at a graph or something. But mod frame would be our main limiter. We're making 10 up there. We're going to want to use some to start making a heavy modular frame, which I don't think we can make yet. I wonder if we need, I think we might need a manufacturer to, yeah, craft bench or manufacturer. These will take 5. That would leave us 5 left over, so we could do just one of these and have an extra few hanging around, or use them all up. I don't know. Might as well use them all up. So maybe I'll do 2 of these. And then these 2. Using the pipes, I guess we'll figure out. I think I'll definitely want more than one of these. You end up using a lot of this as you go. Same with that. So we have 120 concrete. I don't know if I want to make 6 and utilize all of that. That would give us 24 a minute. Would be kind of nice, but that's what 6 times 28. It's a lot of steel pipe. It's not bad. Maybe we'll do that. And then copper. Maybe we'll just figure out how much copper and concrete we can max these all out for. See if we can make enough steel pipe. Have enough steel beam left over to do these, and a little extra to just use for building stuff. Okay, I'll cut out there. I'm wondering if we just wrap this up here, I think, for episode 9. And episode 10. I kind of wanted to finish the steel factory here, but I don't want this to drag on forever, so kind of figure out my numbers there. I'll cut it there, and I'll catch you guys in episode 10. We'll finish out the steel factory and figure out what else we want to do. We did get all of our tier 4 milestones done. Let's do episode 10 goals right now. Finish steel factory. I'm gonna also put up here, like, what I probably won't show is finish copper mine setup, smelter, and iron, or wire, I mean, and then also concrete from limestone. And then we'll do episode 10, finish that steel factory out, and what else do we need to start working on? We need to get the space elevator all space elevator parts in production. Also, I kind of want those and auto feeding to elevator. Okay. Shouldn't take too long. We'll see. The finishing this up might take a minute, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get this done off camera. I might do a little exploring off camera too. Explore, find hard drives, or slugs. Maybe episode 10 we set up a blueprint for the slug offices. We're gonna start making having some fun with the slugs, adding them into the factories here. So, and then also design buildings out more if time allows. That's way too much to write. Rambling on. Okay, we'll catch you on episode 10. We'll see where we're at. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time. This is Nico Gaming. See ya.